The RacerHistorian, and today we are the 2025 NTT IndyCar Series season. Before we talk about that stuff, the winner at Nashville was Joseph Newgarden, and for the next race was Miles Rowe. This video will not be about results or anything happening. We will talk about the championship standings from both IndyCar and Indy Next. We'll be using a tier list to rank IndyCar races, and we'll have some IndyCar news at the end, as well as Indy Next news at the end, and then that will be it for our episode. So let's talk about the IndyCar championship. Alex Palou was the champion with 711 points, which is absolutely crazy. Pato Ward was in second, Scott Dixon was in third, Kyle Kirkwood was in fourth, Christian Lundgaard was in fifth, Felix Rosenqvist was in sixth, Colton Herta was in seventh, Marcus Armstrong was in eighth, Will Power was in ninth, Scott McLaughlin was in 10th, David Malukas was in 11th, Joseph Newgarden was in 12th, Christian Rasmussen was in 13th, Rinus VeeKay was in 14th, Alexander Rossi was in 15th, Santino Ferrucci was in 16th, Kiffin Simpson was in 17th, Connor Daly was in 18th, Graham Rahal was in 19th, Marcus Ericsson was in 20th, Callum Ilott was in 21st, Siegel was in 22nd, Louis Foster was in 23rd, Robert Schwartzman was in 20th, Stingray Robb was in 25th, Delvin DiFrancesco was in 26th, Jacob Abel was in 27th, Masato was in 28th, Elio Castro-Neves was in 29th, Ed Carpenter was in 30th, Jack Harvey was in 31st, Ryan Hunter-Reay was in 32nd, Kyle Larson was in 33rd, Marco Andretti was in 30th. For the championship for the 2025 Indy Next by Firestone season, Dennis Hauger, with an absolute performance this year, won the championship with 599 points. He was obviously the Rookie of the Year. Kyle Collette was in second, Lockie Hughes was in third, Miles Rowe was in fourth, Salvador De Alba was in fifth, Josh Pearson was in sixth, Callum Hedge was in seventh, Niels Cullen was in eighth, Jordan Missick was in ninth, Jack William Miller was in 10th, Bryce Aaron was in 11th, James Rowe was in 12th, Sebastian Murray was in 13th, Haley Deegan was in 14th, Tommy Smith was in 15th, Nolan Aller was in 16th, Juan Manuel Correa was in 17th, Liam Skeets was in 18th, Ricardo Escoto was in 19th, Max Taylor was in 20th, Evagores Papazavas was in 21st, Michael D'Orlando was in 22nd, David Hamilton Jr. was in 23rd, Nikita Johnson was in 24th, Jonathan Brown was in 25th, Sophia Flores was in 26th, Nicholas Montero was in 20th. Those were the standings for both IndyCar and Indy Next. Right here is our tier list of all the races from this year's season. We have the S category, the A category, the B category, the C category, and the D category. S is one of the best races this year, probably the best. A was a great race. B, it was good. There were some things that maybe weren't really good, but still decent. It's not good. And D, it was trash. Terrible. So our first one is the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. I honestly think this was a great race, and it was the first race of the season, and for that to be a great race is something pretty good. Alex Palou was the winner of this race. It was a great race in my opinion. I loved it. I wouldn't say it's the best race, but it is definitely up in the good races category, so I'll put it at an A. Next up is the Thermal Club IndyCar Grand Prix. Alex Palou won this race. To be honest, this race was just a little boring for me, and I'm happy that they are not racing at Thermal next year, which is a really good thing to me, because I do not like Thermal as a race. I do like Thermal as like a test track, so if they had a test there, that could be their testing spot. But as a race, I don't really put it in the D category. Next up is the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. This is won by Kyle Kirkwood. This was a first race of the season, I believe. As a race with no cautions in it, this was a really good race, and I would have to put it in the B category. There was some stuff that I didn't think was the best. It was actually a good race, and it was probably the best non-caution race we had. Next up is the Trojans of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. Palou won this race. Obviously, if Palou wins, for me, because I'm a fan of him, it's a good race. Most of the time, it was just him leading. I wouldn't say it's trash, so I'm going to have to put it in the C category. Next up is the Sancio Grand Prix. Alex Palou won this race. This is overall the track. Sometimes I like the Indy Grand Prix. Sometimes I don't. I was really also hoping to see Graham Rahal get a win, because, to be honest, if none of our cars were going to win, none of the Ganassi cars were going to win at all, Graham Rahal would be a good driver to win it, and he was just so close. I'm going to have to put this at a B. Next is the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Alex Palou was the winner of this race. Obviously, the Indy 500 is such a good race to watch every single year. It's the biggest race, not just in IndyCar, but literally in racing, in motorsports. It is the biggest race of all time, and this year it was amazing to me. I have to put it in the A category though. I mean, the race was good, but it was great actually. But there was some times where it was like just caution after caution, which is normal. Next is the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix. Kyle Kirkwood won this race, and I do not like the track. I don't like that they went from Belle Isle to the streets of Detroit. Overall, this race was actually a pretty good race. I'm gonna have to put it in the A category. Next up is the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. This race was won by Kyle Kirkwood, and this was the first oval besides the Indy 500. This race was absolutely amazing. My driver did not win, but the battle between Pato O'Ward and Connor Neely really got it for me. I love Gateway so much. I like to go there a lot. It's such a good track, the IndyCar races at. My mind was blown by how good the race was. I'm going to put this in the S category. Next up is the XPEL Grand Prix at Road America, and this was actually a really good race as well. It was so chaotic, but the racing was just amazing, and I might have to put this, I'm saying S too, but also I'm saying A. I don't know which one to put it in. This is tough. You know, I'm going to go with the S category. It was an amazing race. Next up is the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. Another great race. This was won by Scott Dixon. Also, I didn't say it last time, but the winner of Road America was Alex Palou. Alex Palou almost won this race, but with a problem at the end, Scott Dixon took advantage and went on by and got his 59th win of his career. This race was actually good as well. I'm going to have to put this in the A category. Next up is the Sync 275 presented by Sukup. First race at Iowa. It was won by Pato O'Ward. I love Iowa. I love going to Iowa. And ever since they repaved the track, it's just been falling off, and I don't think they'll be going back next year. And only rarely any tickets were sold this year. The race was decent. I'm going to have to put it in the B category. Next up is the Farm to Finish 275 presented by Sukup. This was won by Alex Palou, and I think most times when there's a doubleheader, the second race is probably better. This was a good race, and I'm going to have to put it in the B category as well. Next up is the Ontario Honda Dealers Indy Toronto, won by Pato O'Ward. I really like this race a lot. I think this was an amazing race, to be honest. I wouldn't think it's actually in the S category, but this is a race that is definitely in the A category, so this is going in A. Next up is the Java House Grand Prix of Monterey. Alex Palou won this race. Some moments in the race, but I didn't really think it's the best race of the season. Laguna Seca was a good race, but I don't think I should put it in the B category. I'm going to go with the C category. It's just, sometimes it was just like too bland of a race. Next up is the BitNow.com Grand Prix of Portland. This race was won by Will Power. This race was pretty decent, I would say. This is where Alex Palou officially basically won the championship, so I'll put this in the B category. Next up is a Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250, won by Christian Rasmussen. A great race, and I will have to put this in the A category. I wouldn't say it's in the S category. There was some stuff that needed to be fixed, and that weren't like in the S category that would go there, but it's up there. I'm putting in the air guard. Last but not least is the Bochetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix. This race was amazing. Joseph Newgarden won it. I'm obviously not a Penske fan, but this was an amazing race to watch and to go there and see it. This is my first time ever going to Nashville, and literally on practice, I went up in the grandstands. Never seen a track this big before, besides Indy. I mean, it was a huge track, obviously since it's a super speedway, but Nashville is such a good race. The oval is way better than the street. So here is our tier ranking. From the D category was the Thermal Club IndyCar Grand Prix, and the C category is the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, the Java House Grand Prix of Monterey, the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, the Sancio Grand Prix of St. Pete, 109th running of the Indianapolis 500, the Chevrolet Detroit, the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio, the Ontario Honda Dealers Indy Toronto, and the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250. And in the S category is the Bommarito Automotive Group 500, XPEL Grand Prix at Road America, and the Bochetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix. Now, between these three in the S category, which one was the best? Number 3 would have to be Road America. Number 2, this is very hard. Number 2, it's tough. This is really tough. Number 2 is going to be Nashville. Number 1, the best race of the year was Gateway. That battle between O'Ward and Daly just got me there, and that's the best race this year. Here for the final time of 2025 for some IndyCar news. Nashville has marked the final race for the president of Ilmor Engineering, Paul Ray. Dave Lucas went to the hospital after his crash in Nashville. Contact with Louis Foster. He is okay, and he posted that he was released from the hospital and he was okay, nothing hurt anymore, and that's good news for Malukas. Kiffin Simpson gets his career best oval finish at Nashville, finishing 4th. Louis Foster is your 2025 NTT IndyCar Series Rookie of the Year, just barely beating Robert Schwartzman by 2 points. And Connor Daly looking for a ride next year and is still trying to go to Hungo Solinger Racing after a 5th place finish at Nashville. There is your IndyCar news. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in to this series this whole season. It's been an amazing ride with all of you guys. Let's do it next year. I can't wait. Next one will be the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg for 2026. That race will be on March 1st. So I'll be filming the day before that. But it's going to be a while. I'll keep you updated with IndyCar news over this time in the posts if you want to check those out in the community posts. What a season it's been. The 2025 NTT IndyCar Series season is officially over. Congratulations to everyone who won races. Congratulations to Alex Below for winning the championship. Congratulations to Louis Foster on being Rookie of the Year. What an amazing season it's been, and the ride with every single one of you guys is amazing. For this year, it's been amazing, and for 2026. 2026 NTT IndyCar Series will be starting in a few months, but from now on, the 2025 NTT IndyCar Series season is in the books. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.